Now we've pretty much pushed past now most of the Masterpiece news from Wonderfest, and now we lean in more towards the Encore stuff. And we had yet another surprise, and the more that you think about it, you go, okay, yeah, I could kind of see why this one's coming around and stuff, but it's still pretty appreciated, and it's based off of what I felt in the entire run of all the Beast Wars toys that have come out, including the Japanese stuff, one of the best molds. We're talking here about Encore Big Convoy from Beast Wars Neo. Part of the reason why I think this is even happening, for a lot of other reasons, is I think that next year is going to be the 20th anniversary of Beast Wars Neo, Beast Wars Neo came out in February of 1999. So I think they're probably going to be playing that out, where they're going to be like, okay, well, it's the 20th anniversary of this famous, mold and series, which also brought back Unicron and stuff and a lot of things. It was a really good line. It was a huge jump in engineering for Beast Wars. It was, for some people, they kind of criticized the whole shell former aspect that a lot of the characters had, but it also had a lot of really dynamic-looking characters. Again, Big Convoy was the first ever transformable Optimus Prime or Primal or whatever leader toy that had a Matrix that you could hold. So that was a big deal back then.
Yeah, I remember when you first showed me that toy that you got, that one, and I was like, wait, what? And he's got the Matrix. Check this out. I'm like, oh my God.
It was a big deal. I remember, taking that
and he
Matrix.
could hold it.
Yeah, he could hold it.
That's a big
And I remember
thing, too.
taking out that Matrix and having at the time, Energon, I had Energon Rodimus at the time. And I remember him holding the Matrix because I was just like, oh man, this is so cool. What's cool about this Encore, though, is it's not just a straight-up Encore of the original Big Convoy. This actually is, they repainted it to make it extremely show-accurate. So the orange shoulders specifically, like the orange shoulder joints, the face sculpt and the paint on the face, same thing, they actually gave pupils on the eyes of the mammoth, again, making Big Convoy, because Big Convoy in the anime had a pupil on the mammoth eye where the toy just had a, glazed-over eye. So this is a very show-accurate colored Big Convoy. So it's not just a straight-up reissue. It's a show-accurate reissue, which makes me now consider wanting to pick this mold up again. I have this mold 4 times already.
Yeah, exactly. Because you have the blood-tipped tusks,
I have the Nemesis,
the regular one.
Prime, bloody tusks. I have the original Big Convoy. They did the...
Ultra Magnus?
They did the Ultra
repaint?
Magnus. I forget what it was called, that one. Had a weird name. Ultra Mammoth. There you go. I have Ultra Mammoth, and then I have what's called Big Black Convoy. I'm not even... That's literally what his name was, which was a...
That doesn't sound dirty at all. Big Black Mammoth Convoy coming soon.
And he was also pretty freaking awesome too. So I have those 4. There's other ones too, and that's what I'm going to get into, which is there's also a blue version here. And this makes me laugh because when we did our discussion a while back about the green Unicron, Green Unicron, for people that didn't listen to that segment, go back and give it a listen. But for those who are too lazy to, sorry. Green Unicron was a lucky draw. It was this super rare lucky draw Unicron repaint. This blue Big Convoy back here is pretty much a reissue of the blue Big Convoy, which was a lucky draw. I'm not sure exactly how many numbers that lucky draw was, but I do know that it was a lucky draw, and they later on repurposed that lucky draw as the Primus Vanguard leader in the E-Hobby comics. But so it's pretty cool that once again, hey, remember that extremely rare, tough to get, lucky draw toy? Yeah, we're going to make it a standard release now that you could pick up if you want. So I kind of dig that, because that's kind of cool, because again, you could get a lucky draw figure at a much more affordable price. So that's pretty awesome.
And what's even funnier is that we were talking about that, I think, not too long ago, about it just seems like stuff that was lucky draw before are oddly coming back as repaints and reissues just because. There's this, I remember we had mentioned that, you had mentioned that yesterday, where there's no rules anymore.
No, there isn't, and that's just
we're learning. We're still learning as we're going, and there's no rules.
Within 2 months, they've they've shown that they're going to be reissuing 2 lucky draw toys. I'm just waiting for next month now. They're going to go, hey, remember that gold vacuum chrome Rodimus Convoy that was Primus? Yeah, we're going to be reissuing that. Like, so it shows that part of me feels it's maybe Takara knows something that we don't, in terms of like it's going to get a little quieter now. Think about it. Like, we don't have exclusive repaints of Generations anymore in Japan. They're just importing Power of the Primes, Yeah. And I assume they're probably going to continue this trend with War for Cybertron and Siege. So because of there's less work having to be done now with the product there. It's probably going to be a lot of the same too when they're going to do Cyberverse. Maybe they're just going, well, now we have all this manpower and stuff. Why don't we put it into other areas? And here we go. Now we're getting, we're going to have lucky draws that are being reissued. We're having the encores of previous existing toys, but going for more show accuracy. I'm telling you, man, like, I'm not going to lie. I'm probably going to find myself picking up both of these. Big Convoy is an amazing mold. Like, that's the one thing. So it's something that I won't feel bad about. The only thing that I'm on my toes here is just these past encores have been very pricey. So I'm really curious this toy originally was a $40 toy. So let's see what they're going to be asking here. There's no lights and gimmicks, so they can't go that route. There's no, you can't revoice a voice box. This is just a straight up repaint of the original toy to make it more show accurate. It doesn't look like it comes with any other bells and whistles. It comes with its big cannon, its matrix, its little, boomerang spring-loaded missiles on his hips there.
One thing I want to point out is that I did not know that you can mount the big gun on his back like that.
Oh yeah, this is a
I had no idea. That's something that's more mind-blowing to me right now of these pictures.
This is a big, crazy toy that if you have not picked it up yet, and
I do own this toy. I own I think the Korean version of it.
Yeah, well,
I just didn't know you could mount the gun on his back.
The Sonokong version, for people that are listening, Wendell has the Sonokong version, which was Korea 2 years after Beast Wars Neo came out in Japan. Korea repackaged the Japanese toys in new box, so it's the exact same toy. So you're not like getting screwed quality wise. It's the exact same toy. Some people have told me that it's a little looser. I don't believe that, but I own some Sonokong stuff of other Beast Wars Neo characters, and I've messed with then later on Japanese ones. They're exactly the same. So I think the only difference is the trading card that's included is in Korean instead of Japanese. That's the only big difference, and the instructions, obviously, and the oversized boxes. But the point being is that if you have not picked up this mold yet, I think wait it out a little bit and then pick up this Japanese Encore reissue, and then that way you could really enjoy this. And I know that people are getting around to slowly subtitling and completing the Beast Wars Neo episodes, and Beast Wars Neo is a really good series too. So it's one of those things. Get this. This will be a present to yourself. You'll have one of the best Beast Wars robot modes ever made.
Exactly.
With such a great gimmick. You'll have it super show accurate, and then when Beast Wars Neo finally is completely subtitled, you'll be able to go back and watch that, and you'll be like, I got that toy. I got that toy, and I love it. So definitely get excited about this. This is really cool. Let's just see what's going to happen when the price drops.